So here is our dorm. So the first thing you'll notice when we come through the front door is that we have a nice shoe rack over here where we store all our shoes and boots. And we also have a nice mat so that we can wipe our boots when you come in so the floor is not all wet and dirty. And next to that we have a coat hanger from IKEA. And this coat hanger is pretty nice. We have some tote bags hanging from it, some of our jackets, and also a remote control that I'll show you what that does in a little bit. So we actually created our own little kitchen area over here on the left. And essentially this is where we store our food. We have our fridge, our Brita filter, boiler, stuff like that. So if we go over here, there's a nice separation that's created by the shoe rack, the bins, and the hanger over here. And here we have our fridge, which we're currently storing some drinks and some food. And we have a bunch of lights set up here so that there's nice illumination, but we don't have to turn on the ceiling lamp, so it looks a lot cozier, a lot better. Beside the fridge, we have this shelf, I guess, also from IKEA, that we have some snacks inside and also some cooking utensils, stuff like that. And this whole thing is underneath this table from IKEA again. And underneath this table, we actually have a little lamp that turns on and off if you just press on it, which illuminates this bottom area and the shelf and the fridge. On top, on the table itself, it's a bit messy right now, but usually we just have a bunch of snacks lying around here. And back here we have a tray that holds our Brita and our boiler, our kettle. And to the left of that, we actually have this riser over here that holds some things underneath it. So this riser actually is not for your kitchen, I think. It's supposed to be for like your monitor, your computer monitor, but we've repurposed that for our little kitchen area. And underneath we have some like cutlery, and we have our cutting board, as well as a power bar on the left side, which is sometimes useful for charging things like the batteries for our lamps, and also our mini vacuum over here on this side. The kettle is also plugged into this power bar, and the power bar is plugged into the wall over here along with the fridge. Over here, we have a little riser, a little shelf that actually clamps onto the table. This is also from IKEA, and this basically just adds some extra storage, some vertical storage to our table over here that has some snacks on it, some food, some tea, and also Febreze and our dishwasher. And to the right, we have a little hook area that hangs from my wardrobe, and this is also for the kitchen area. We have our sponges in this little bin over here, as well as a Swiffer that hangs perfectly in this little gap. So yeah, this is the kitchen area, I guess. So now let's move on to first my side of the room. So I have the slightly longer side, which I can fit the kitchen in on this side. And first we have the wardrobe. So the wardrobe comes standard with all CMH rooms, and they all look the same. We have the top section that you can hang your clothes in. One cool thing me and my roommate both added is a light that illuminates the inside of the wardrobe, so you can always see what's going on. And this is also from IKEA. It uses adhesive, but you can always like peel it off afterwards. And it's battery powered. You just slide this out and you can switch the batteries and recharge them. It's not automatic. We actually purposely made it not automatic because we don't want it to like open every single time. Let's say my roommate's sleeping, I don't want to like wake him up with the light, so it's manual. On top of the wardrobe over here, I have a few bids for some of my tools, some tape, some art supplies, all of those things. And here I have some more art supplies. We have a bag over here, and we also have a first aid kit for our dorm. And underneath the wardrobe, this is where I keep all of my non-sweater coats, pants, stuff like that, like underwear, socks, other like gym clothes, stuff like that. So these are all organized in bins, these soft bins from IKEA, which are really nice, these organizers. And the bottom shelf isn't really organized, but this is where I keep all of my like shopping bags, stuff like that. Now, over on the right-hand side of my wardrobe, I have another little shelf that hangs from my wardrobe, again, by just hooking onto the side of that board. And this is where I keep all my toothbrushes, cups for brushing my teeth, and some of my hair supplies over there. And also over here, I do have these hooks that hold my towels and some bags that I use for the gym. And I have my laundry basket nestled between my bed and the wardrobe. I also have my camera bag here and another hook for one of my towels. So this hook is actually magnetic and it sticks right onto the bed frame like so. Now moving on to this side of the bedroom where I actually sleep. Here is the standard CMH bed. This is the standard length. To be honest, it's a bit short for me because I'm pretty tall, but it does the job fine. I can sleep a bit diagonally, but this bed is actually raisable, so you can adjust it to whatever height you want. And everything on here is from IKEA. I have a duck lamp, which I bought on Amazon, which is pretty cool. You can like squish it to turn it on and off. And I have 3 pillows over here, so it's nice and cozy. Now, underneath the bed, or actually, one more thing I want to mention is people say that you want a mattress topper, but me personally, this harder mattress is pretty nice. I know my roommate has a mattress topper, I believe, but for me, this is perfectly okay. So underneath the bed, I have another storage chest over here. This one, I have some hair dryers, stuff like that. Just random stuff I need maybe. And then down here I have some boxes that hold some of the electronics that I'm gonna use, for example, a fan for the summer. So you'll notice that under the bed I have some lighting set up as well, and this makes it easier to access the chest. For example, I have this lamp down here. This is also from IKEA. It's kind of similar to the one underneath the kitchen table. It sticks onto the side with a reusable adhesive, and if you press it, it turns off. And if you press it again, it turns on. So this is the lamp for the chest. And we have another one over here for this area, which holds my basket for the shower, stuff like that. Some laundry supplies, cleaning supplies, and also some boxes and my suitcase over there. And this lamp is actually connected to the remote control, which I'll show you later. But the wiring is all done nicely, and it goes into that port at the back. I have a nice little carpet from IKEA here, and over here I have my nightstand. So my nightstand, on top I have a little lamp set from IKEA itself. So this lamp is actually rechargeable, and it's also a portable lamp, so I can bring it wherever I want. It recharges wirelessly. On this wireless charger, you can also charge your phone, your earbuds, and stuff. So there's 2 charging pads, which is really useful, like so. And I have this Belkin wireless MagSafe charger that I use as my nightstand, so I can put my phone here. It turns on standby mode on my iPhone, and it's pretty good as an alarm clock in the morning. I have another power bar back here that has a USB-C charger from IKEA, and this is my diffuser from Muji. That plugs into there. The cable management is done really nicely here. It all goes kind of into this corner and around the back, around the windows. So I'm trying to keep it out of sight as much as possible. And that basically plugs into the back wall there. There's a plug, if you can see it. Underneath the nightstand, I have one drawer that holds some extra chargers, some wallets, flashlights, stuff like that. And down here I have my magazine collection, my design magazines from Azure, really good magazine. Also some design books that are really interesting to read. Moving back to the top, this is the windowsill, I guess, and this is slightly different for other rooms at CMH. So our room actually faces the roof of the cafeteria of CMH, and that means that we have a higher windowsill than most people will have. Most other rooms, especially on higher floors, have the windowsill down here at this level. But because we have a roof, then they raised it up. So I actually quite like this height because that means I could put some notebooks up here and it's easily reachable. I don't have to like bend down and stuff. But the advantage of the lower windowsill is that you get a much larger window, almost floor to ceiling kind of feel. But this is perfectly fine. I have a plant, a real plant actually, over here. And I have my diffuser from Muji, very good, small diffuser, does the job very well. I have a nice little card out here. house thing from IKEA as some decoration, and a cool radio from Sony if I want to ever listen to some music on the radio. So this window, it opens using this crank over here and has 2 locks on each side as well. So moving to the other side of my side of the room is my desk. So this desk comes standard with the CMH as well as the chair. I know some people who got a rolly chair, but I kind of want a rolly chair too, but this chair is perfectly fine as well. My desk over here, this setup, I have a Mac Mini M4 Pro on the side. Really good for design, really good for video editing, programming, making apps, anything that I want to do. And I have I believe it's a 25-inch Dell work monitor over here on this side. And this monitor is really great. I've been using it for a while. It's 1440p and the size is just right. It can fit right underneath this top shelf. Now, one annoying thing about the CMH desks, I guess, is that they're a bit small, they're a bit compact, and they also have this top shelf, so nothing can really go above that if you're putting it inside. But I've managed to squeeze everything in here and it's pretty cozy. Over on this side, I have a nice lamp from IKEA that's dimmable, and you can change the color temperature using these buttons over here. And they've actually designed it so that the pens, there's also a pen holder over here, and also a phone stand. And a really cool thing is that I have a USB-C cable linked up over here that goes behind the desk. And I can put my phone here and turns on standby mode as well, so I can see the time, the weather, all at a glance. Over here on the right, I do have a little push pin that holds a USB-C cable. And the cool thing about all the desks at CMH is that they have this push pin board, and that means you can stick things in like sticky notes. In the middle over here, this is the other piece of that riser I was talking about over there for your monitor. This is the smaller one, the shorter height. And the good thing about this is I actually have a Surface charger. I use a Surface Laptop Studio as my laptop. I have a Surface charger under here, and I can basically slide my laptop underneath and stick the charger in, and I can charge it while I'm using my Mac Mini. And all of these chargers, like this one or this one, have these little bricks attached to them, so the charger doesn't go sliding out the back of the desk. In the middle here, I have my mechanical keyboard. It's a Newfie Halo 75, the version 1 of that keyboard, and also a Newfie wrist rest. Really nice products. And on the left here, I have a Apple Magic Trackpad that is really useful actually. It kind of speeds up that workflow because you can pinch to zoom on Figma, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, Illustrator, stuff like that. And it gets the job done really well. You can use it alongside a mouse. Over here, I have my Logitech MX Master 3S mouse, I believe. And this is a really nice mouse. It's very ergonomic. It has a side scroll wheel as well as a normal scroll wheel, and this button section that you can actually use to set up some gestures on your Mac. Over here, I have a little holder for some sticky notes and some other writing utensils, scissors, Sharpies, X-Acto knives, stuff like that. That's mainly the main desk area, I guess. But there's also this light bar that is mounted underneath this top board. I've actually gone and stuck some construction paper over it because this light bar, it kind of wraps around the side, so it's a white light, no dimming. It was really bright in the eyes, especially when I'm working on my monitor. So I kind of stuck some paper over it, so it creates this nicer gradient effect, I guess. It dims that light a bit, but still creates this nice backlight behind the monitor, which looks really nice. And this is actually like motion controlled, I guess. So you kind of just slide your finger there and it detects it. So yeah, that is the main desk setup. On top, I have a bunch of little collector's items, souvenirs from different places, a clock, as well as a little speaker, and have another plant. This is also real. And that is the desk. There's also a drawer underneath that holds some of my other supplies, like pencils, power banks, phones, some papers, stuff like that. Over here on the left side of the desk, I have this little utility cart from Amazon. And this cart basically just holds some like snacks, gum, stuff like that, drinks. You can put a water bottle here. And down here I have like a duster, some notebooks, hole puncher, things that I might need. So this is a bit flimsy, but it can hold like really light items really well, and it fits between the wall and the desk really nicely. Over here on the right, I have another utility cart from IKEA. This one's a lot more sturdy. You can pull it out as well. And here basically I have just my things that I need all the time. For example, my SSDs, some charging bricks, some charging cables over here in these boxes. These boxes are also from IKEA. And down here, more boxes, more chargers, and down here we have some game controllers and a big book I borrowed from the library. Over here, we have 2 magnetic hooks. Now, I really recommend these magnetic hooks. So these were from Umomo, which is like a Japanese living store in Markham. And these magnetic hooks, they snap right onto whatever is metal. For example, this desk frame. And basically, I hang my lanyards from it. So this is my keychain that I use for my door. I have an air tag on it and stuff like that. And also my reusable food carton little clip over there, the carabiner. And I have 2 of these over here. I also have one over here. This is for where I hang my headphones when I'm not using them. Behind this cart, this is where all the cable management, the main cable management happens. I have a big power bar that connects to the port over here. And this power bar, basically it's almost like playing Tetris because I had to fit this little chest with all of the remote control lighting setup over here, and also the computer stuff, the chargers, the Surface charger over there, and also the lights. So that was a lot of work to set up, but it works pretty well. You might have noticed that I have a nice string light from IKEA that goes all the way across and kind of hangs down over there. Looks really nice, adds some coziness to the room again. And on the right hand side, this is the last part of my section of the room. I have another chest. So each CMH room actually comes with 2 of these storage chests. I have one right here. And these can actually be stacked on top of each other, but I've chose to keep this a bit shorter so that I can put some other things on it. So I have these 2 little shelves for some papers underneath and my contact lenses on top in this little tray that I can take to the washroom. Some skincare, sunscreen, moisturizers on the right hand side over there, and another magazine here. And over here, me and my roommate actually kind of share this section. So this is where he charges his iPad, his Apple Watch, and he has these really nice clips from Amazon, I believe. And these are adhesive. They fit right over here, and they fit your cable inside. You can kind of open it and close it to take your cable underneath. I have my kitchen for like bowls, water bottles, utensils. And down here, I have some medicine and tissues and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically my side of the room. Behind this chest, I also have attached another one of those adhesive lamps to the back to add this nice soft glow behind my side of the stuff I put on this little chest. So now, moving on to my roommate's side, I'm just gonna quickly show you around this section. But before we do that, I want to show this cool remote control. I forgot where I got this from. We already had this when we moved in. But essentially, this remote control allows you to plug things into one of those connectors, one of those ports that you saw, the big kind of white boxes. You plug your light into that, and that basically connects to this remote controller. So I have my string lights connected to the first one. So you can turn it on and off by using a push of a button. And then I have another lamp underneath the bed connected to the second one. So I can turn it off as well. And then over here, my roommate's side, he has these string lights on the side of his bed that are connected to the third one. So you can turn it on and off like so. Really useful, really neat. You don't have to go all around your room turning lights on and off. You can just turn it on and off from this remote. So on the right hand side, first starting over here, we have the 2 chests stacked on top of each other. So this is what it looks like when it's stacked. pretty much like waist height, I guess. We have a humidifier, and we have another lamp from IKEA. Over here, we actually have this little hook section that hooks onto one of these pre-installed hooks in the CMH rooms. There's one on that side and one on that side as well. And here he has some of his like shower supplies, toothbrushes, stuff like that. He also has some hooks on top of the mirror on the wardrobe, and hooks for the towels over here as well. Suitcase on top, stuff like that. And over here is the desk setup. Again, he has a monitor and a nice lamp from IKEA and a nice mechanical keyboard. So how his setup works is actually he plugs his MacBook Air into the monitor and everything links up. So pretty nice as well. On top, got a few plants. The bed, same bed as over there, just with a mattress topper, I believe, and some other stuff stored underneath it. We also have this little cable management box from IKEA that kind of keeps all the cables out of the way. So yeah, basically that is the entire CMH room tour. A bit of a long video, but it is a pretty complex room setup. We've added a lot of things, even some nice paintings over here. But yeah, we've added a lot of things, and basically we tried to make this as homey as possible. And we also got a pretty nice view out the window right now. It's raining a bit earlier, but you can see all of the other towers over there, as well as one of the UWP towers. So yeah, thanks for watching.